The cost of playing it safe is you'll never know what was on the other side. You'll never know how far you could have gone. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of instances where playing it safe is necessary and even beneficial. If you're working a full time job, if you have a family, if you have uh, an excellent salary, great fringe benefits, then playing it safe, that's what you want to do. But there are a lot of other instances where playing it safe uh, may not be in your best interest. It may be better to leap off onto the other side and see what's on the other side. Don't play it safe. You know, if you look into the research on a lot of entrepreneurs, one of the things that a lot of them have in common is they didn't play it safe. They tried and they failed, and they tried again and they failed again, and then they tried another time and failed, and one more time they tried and they failed. And a lot of times they just did not give up. So that's an example of not playing it safe. Now, looking at it from the angle of part-time employment, if you're working full-time, uh, part-time employment, going from full-time to part-time employment, that's taking a leap. That's not playing it safe, particularly if it's if your full-time job is providing you with a lot more resources than say part-time employment will provide you. But there's also a cost. Let's suppose that you took a leap of faith and worked on yourself and said, hey, you know what? First of all, I'm going to work part time. And I've done all of my research, everything I've needed to do to manage my affairs. And I'm going to work part time and I'm going to make it work. Because the more time I have to myself, the more days off work that I have if I go part time. Now I'll have more time to work on my craft, whether it be trying to write a book, uh, engaging in poetry, working on content creation for YouTube or any other platform. See, that's the cost. That is the cost of playing it safe. You don't get to work as much on yourself. You work for another human being or another corporation, agency, or whatever. Now, I'm not saying just, looking at it from the part-time employment aspect, I'm not saying that part-time employment is even for everybody, because it's not. But I am an example of someone who did it recently, went to part-time employment, and I'm absolutely enjoying it. And it's gotten to the point, if I'm being honest, that the 3 days that I do work per week, I don't even want to work the 3 days per week. And that's being brutally honest. So that's why I started working on YouTube content creation. Because eventually, and I don't know when, the YouTube content creation will be my part-time job. And it'll be so much better than a part-time job working for an employer, because then I'll be able to make my own schedule. I'll be able to uh, write my own rules. Pretty much the biggest task for me will be to provide my subscribers and other audiences with great content. So That's the idea of not playing it safe, going all out, working on yourself, working for yourself instead of someone else. And that's where I'm at with it, and that's where I like you to leave me some comments to let me know, what do you think the costs are of playing it safe. If you found this video helpful, give me the thumbs up and subscribe. You make the rules.